So welcome everybody. I'm Emily with Ennis Montana Yoga. Thanks so much for joining me today. So go ahead and find a comfortable seated position and just take a moment to come into whatever space you're using. Ground down into the sitting bones. Stack the spine up one bone at a time. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back, reach up through the crown of the head. You can let the eyes close or just take the gaze softly off the tip of the nose. With the next inhale, start to deepen the breath, filling the belly, rib cage, all the way up to the collarbones. And exhale, collarbones, rib cage, and the belly. Inhale again, belly, rib cage, collarbones. Exhale, collarbones, rib cage, and the belly. It's more like this. Inhale from the bottom, going all the way up to the top, holding the breath for a moment. Then exhale from the top, all the way down to the bottom, using the belly, pressing out the last bit of air. Let your breath come back to a natural rhythm, in and out through the nose. You can come back to that breath at any point during our practice, and just find your level of effort and ease today. So with that next exhale, drop the chin to the chest. You inhale, right ear towards the right shoulder, and pause. Checking in with the side of the neck, shoulders nice and heavy. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear to the left shoulder. Pause here. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, right ear to the right shoulder, and then continue circling the head and neck all the way around, drawing some nice big circles with the nose. Going whatever speed feels good. Stop and work a little bit back and forth over those sticky spots. Switching directions as you're ready. And then bring the head up to center. Start to roll out the shoulders, just squeezing them up towards the ears, drawing the shoulder blades together, then pulling them down towards the floor. It's a couple rolls. Bring the hands to the legs, start to circle the torso, swing it forward, out to the side, draw it back behind you, off to the other side. Just warming up the hips and the low back. Switching directions as you're ready. And keep the spine long or bring some movement into it. Kind of whatever feels good here. And bring it up to center. As you inhale, sweep both arms up to the sky. And exhale, release them down. And inhale, sweep up. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, sweep up. And this time as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring that left hand over to the opposite leg. Right hand to the ground behind you. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, deepening your twist any amount. Turning the belly first, then the chest. Roll the back shoulder open, and just start gently. So keeping the hand on the leg, inhale the right arm up over across to the opposite leg. And as you exhale, drop the chin and round the spine and press back between the shoulder blades. Breathing here, just finding that space in the back body. If you have hold of the knees or shins, you can even pull back and create a little bit of traction. Then keeping the top hand where it is, inhale the left arm up to the sky. And exhale it around to the ground behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, deepen your twist any amount towards the left. Anchoring into both sitting bones. Reaching up to the crown of the head, rotating around, nice long spine. Keeping the hand where it is on the leg. Inhale the left arm up and across the opposite leg. And exhale, drop the chin, round the spine, and press back into the back body. So gently scooping the belly button towards the spine, letting the head be heavy. The arms don't cross all the way, no worries. Making sure that you still have space to breathe here. Release both hands to the floor behind you. Fingertips can point towards the hips or out to the side. And as you inhale, lift the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades, opening up the front of the body, spread the collarbones. And lift the gaze slightly, keeping a soft tuck to the chin and length in the back of the neck. Next inhale, bring the torso up. And exhale, fold forward any amount. You can keep the legs crossed, maybe extend the legs. You can spread them a little wider to make some space. And you can walk the fingertips out in front of you, find a little side-to-side movement. And inhale to roll the torso up, and either rolling forward over the legs or swing them around behind you for child's pose. Hips back towards the heels, knees a comfortable distance apart. Walk the arms out in front of you, letting the chest and the forehead release towards the mat. You can always add a pillow or support underneath the forehead or behind the knees. And then just start to wake up the hands here. Spread the fingers wide, make fists a couple times. Roll the wrists one direction, the other. And then spread the fingers nice and wide and start to activate the arms. So coming up onto the fingertips, the forearms come up, but the hips are still nice and heavy back towards your heels. Take a breath in. As you exhale, walk the hands off to the right. Drawing back with the left hip, finding a side stretch. Hands can stay up on the fingertips or maybe release the palms down. You can stack the left hand over the right to intensify the stretch if you like. Breathing into the space between the ribs, letting the left shoulder be nice and heavy. And inhale, walk it to center. And exhale across to the other side, this time drawing back with the right hip. Again, you can stay on the fingertips or release the palms down. Right hand can stack over left or keep them spread. Just finding a little space between the hips and the rib cage. Walk it to center. Good. And then as you inhale, we'll come up onto the forearms. So shoulders are over the elbows, palms can press down or thumbs up to the sky. Feel free to walk the knees in under the hips. And just start to move the shoulders, so drawing a circle, sweeping out to the side, drawing it back, off to the other side, drawing it forward. Just adding some load in different directions, warming up the joints. Switching directions as you're ready, and just noticing how everything feels. Bring it to center, coming up onto the hands. And we'll just start to circle the hips. So again, swinging it out to the side, drawing it forward, out to the other side, drawing it back. As big or as small a movement as you like. We're also kind of circling around the palms of the hands, adding some weight to the wrists. Switching directions. And then bring it to center, finding your all fours. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, kind of shift a little side to side, forward and back. You can always add padding under the knees or lift under the hands to adjust the load on the wrists and the shoulders. The next inhale, lift the tail, lift the chest and the gaze. Exhale, tuck the tail, round the spine, drop the head. Inhale, lift the tail, chest slides forward for cow. Exhale, tuck the tail, rounding up into cat, press the floor away. Taking a couple more rounds, following the rhythm of your own breath. Play with starting that movement in the tailbone, rippling it up the spine so the head's the last thing to move. Just noticing any sticky spots that are a little resistant to movement, maybe pausing for a moment and giving them a little bit more attention. I'm going to bring the spine back to neutral, find some side-to-side movement, wagging your tail. Lovely. Then shifting the weight into the left hand. As you inhale, reach the right arm out to the side, shoulder height. Exhale, reach it under the body, keeping it floating. Inhale, sweep up about 45 degrees to the corner of your room. Exhale, reach under the body. Inhale, sweep the arm all the way up towards the sky, and as you exhale, bend the elbow, thread it all the way under the body, releasing the right shoulder and ear down towards the mat. So maybe it gets there, maybe not. Maybe you hover. You can add a pillow or support underneath the head. The left fingertips can spin towards the nose, stacking wrist under shoulder to add some gentle leverage to your twists, or maybe extending the arm long out in front of you. So here, just finding that rotation from the waist up. Find some space between the shoulder blades. Another breath. Then pressing into the left hand, inhale to unwind. Sweep that right arm up, and then circle it back to the mat. Shifting a little side to side, forward and back. I'm gonna add the weight into the right hand. Inhale, left arm out to the side, shoulder height. Exhale, reach underneath the body, keep it floating. Inhale, sweep up about 45 degrees, that upper corner of the room. Exhale, reach under. Inhale, sweep all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, bend the elbow, thread it under the body, releasing shoulder and ear to the mat. So maybe they float, maybe they come all the way down, depending on how you're built. Right fingertips can spin towards the nose, stacking wrist under elbow for leverage, or extend the arm long for a little more space, maybe wrapping it around the low back. So pausing here, finding that space between the shoulder blades, gently drawing back with the hips. Another breath. And pressing into the right hand, inhale to unwind. Sweep the left fingertips to the sky and circle the hand down underneath you. Lovely. Take another round or two of cat-cow. Stretching out the spine, exploring all those different directions. And then coming forward, you can find low plank. So nice long, knees are on the ground, nice long line from the knees all the way up to the crown of the head. Gently pressing up between the shoulder blades, scooping the belly in, slight tuck to the tail. And we'll just try some little baby push-ups here. If you like, you can come down to the forearms and just hold, working the core that way. If you want a little more upper body strength, find some baby push-ups, keeping the elbows hugging in towards the ribs, shoulders away from the ears. And then we'll all lower down to the belly. You can find some effort lowering in one piece. When you get there, releasing the tops of the feet into the mat. Hands are underneath the shoulders. We'll start by rolling the shoulders away from the ears, kind of drawing your shoulders down into your back, your shoulder blades into your back pockets. With that next inhale, peel the chest up, float the hand, and exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift up into your baby cobra. This time as you exhale, extend the arms down by the side, reaching the fingertips towards the toes. Inhale to bend the elbows, hands under the shoulders. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, extend the arms behind you. This time as you inhale, sweep the arms forward, spinning the thumbs to the sky. Exhale, sweep them back towards your sides. Inhale, bend the elbows, hands under the shoulders. Exhale, release the forearms down, forehead down. Inhale, peel the chest up. If you like, add the legs. Exhale, extend the arms by the side. Inhale, sweep them forward, thumbs up. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, bend the elbows, hands under the shoulders. And exhale, release everything down. Take a break. You can take one ear or the other to the mat. Shift the hips side to side. Maybe bend the knees and windshield wiper the knees side to side. And hands under the shoulders. Take a breath in to prepare. As you exhale, press yourself up to your low plank and then back to child's pose. And you're welcome to stay here or spread the fingers, tuck the toes, and lift the hips back and up towards your downward dog. You can also come to all fours and just extend one leg behind you and then the other. If you're coming into a downward dog, let the knees be nice and bent and just pedal the feet out. Press one heel towards the floor and then the other. Move the hips side to side. So fingers are nice and spread, pressing the belly back towards the thighs. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears. There's plenty of space there. And then evening out the weight. We'll all meet up in all fours, so bringing the knees back to the mat. Go ahead and just step the right foot forward to come into your low lunge. So you can have the knees stacked under the hip or scooch the leg back a little bit for some more space. Patting up the back knee as necessary. Both hands to the front thigh and shift the knee forward and back in line with the foot. So we've got our right foot forward. Forget if I actually mentioned that. And then stacking the knee over the ankle. Start to activate the legs, pulling the front heel towards the back knee and sweep the arms up to the sky. Good, shoulders are away from the ears, so maybe opening the arms out to the side for a little bit more space. And bend the left elbow, take the hand to the upper back. Right hand comes across, encouraging that shoulder to open back and up. Still keeping those low ribs hugging in. You're welcome to keep it in center or tip it up and over to the right. Finding a nice long stretch from the bottom knee all the way up and across the top elbow. And inhale up to center, extend both arms up. And exhale, twist to the right. That left hand comes across to the front leg. Right hand can come to the low back. Maybe reach back behind you. You could also bring hands to prayer and start drawing that left elbow across the thigh. Wherever you are, a nice long line from the back knee all the way up to the crown of the head. And just check out that front knee, see if it's migrated in or out, forward or back, and just keep it stacked over the ankle. Inhale it up to center. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Step that front foot back. Just extend it behind you, bend the knee, draw some circles on the hip, one direction and the other. Then extend the leg back, toes to the mat, and cross it over to the left side, taking a look over your left shoulder. Big side stretch into the right body. Bring it back underneath you. Inhale, lift the tail for cow. And exhale, curl and round into cat. Bring it to neutral. Step the left foot forward. Finding your low lunge to the other side. Back knee stacked under the hip or scooching it back. Patting it up as necessary. Bring the torso up, both hands to the front thighs. Shift the front knee forward and back in line with the foot. Stacking the knee over the ankle. Start to activate the legs, scissoring them together to lift up out of the waist. Reach both arms up to the sky. Pause here. Good. So shoulder blades dropping down into your back pockets. And bend the right elbow, hand to the upper back. The left hand comes across, encouraging that shoulder to open up and back. Just finding that nice long line from the bottom knee all the way up, and maybe taking the torso up and across to the left. Another breath here. And inhale up to center, and exhale, twist to the left. That right arm coming across, left hand can come to the low back. Maybe reach behind you, or take a prayer twist with hands at heart center, right elbow heading across the front thigh. Wherever you are, nice long spine from that back knee all the way up to the crown of the head, and front knee keeps stacked over the ankle. Another breath here. And inhale up to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step that front foot back and just bend the knee and draw some circles on the hip, going both directions. Extend the leg back, toes find the mat, and cross it behind you to the right, taking a look over the right shoulder. Big side stretch, C curve to the spine here. Bring it back to center. Inhale, lift the tail for cow. And exhale, curl it into cat. Good, then tuck the toes and walk the feet towards the hands and the hands towards the feet, finding a soft forward fold. Soft bend to the knees, torso hangs, arms can dangle or hands grab opposite elbows, shifting a little side to side. As you exhale, release the hands towards the floor. Inhale, tuck the tail, roll yourself up bone by bone, bringing the head up last. Good. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back a couple times. And find your mountain pose, anchoring down into the feet, drawing the kneecaps up. Scoop the belly in, roll the shoulders back, reach up through the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the waist, torso heavy. Inhale, hands to the legs, flat back, lift the gaze. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up bone by bone, or sweep yourself with a nice long spine, fingers to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart, by your sides. Again, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep or roll all the way up, lift the rib cage. Exhale, hands to your heart, by your sides. Once more, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep or roll all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart, by your sides. Good, soften the knees, take a big step back with the right foot and find your high lunge. Back heel can be lifted or planted. Feel free to walk the front foot out so your feet are on nice big train tracks here. Drawing the left hip back, maybe a soft bend to the back knee. Inhale, both arms up. As you exhale, bend the right elbow hand to the upper back. Left hand comes across to the elbow. And again, keeping those low ribs hugging in. Just opening it as much as it wants to. Keep it in center or take the torso up and over to the left. Long line from the back heel all the way up across that top elbow. Inhale up to center and exhale, twist to the left. Again, that front hand coming across the thigh, back hand to the low back, or maybe extending it back behind you. You can take the gaze over the back shoulder, staying lifted in the front of the right hip as you rotate from the waist up. Another breath here. Then as you inhale, bring it up to center. Exhale, plant the back heel and open up into your warrior two. So squaring off towards the long edge of your mat, maybe adjusting the position of the feet, back toes in slightly, front toes towards the front of your mat. And just straighten and bend the front knee a couple times, asking the hip to open up. Kind of angling that knee out towards the pinky toe as you connect into your big toe. Stacking shoulders over the waist. Extend the arms out. Next inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward and up. Reverse your warrior. Backhand falls to the back leg. And exhale, reach forward for side angle, contacting the front thigh. Draw the hip underneath you. Twice more. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse, lifting tall. And exhale, side angle. This time as you inhale, reverse the torso and the arms. Lift that front leg, straighten it out. Good. And then we'll lift the back heel, coming back into your high lunge. So squaring off towards that short edge. Shift the weight forward. Take one big or a couple little steps to find the front of the mat. Coming back to your mountain pose. Take a breath. Then soften the knees, take a big step back with the left foot and find your high lunge to the other side. Good, so feet are on train tracks. Maybe that back heel's lifted or planted. Right hip draws back, maybe a soft bend to the back knee to allow a little bit more opening in the front of the left hip. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, bend the left elbow, taking the hand to the upper back. Right hand comes across to help open it up and back. Keeping the low ribs hugging in. Keep it in center or take the torso up and over to the right. Using a focus point to help with the balance here. Inhale up to center and exhale, twist to the right. Left hand can come to the front thigh, right hand to the low back. You can keep the torso tall or you can even reach it forward for a little bit more effort. Maybe the right arm reaches out behind you. Another breath here, rolling that top shoulder open, staying lifted in the left hip. Inhale up to center. And exhale, plant the back heel, opening up into your warrior two to the other side. So squaring off hips and shoulders to the long edge. Stacking shoulders over the hips. Straighten and bend the front knee a couple times. And stack the knee over the ankle. Next, inhale, flip the front palm, reach forward and up, reverse your warrior. Backhand follows to the back leg. And exhale, reach forward for side angle, making contact with the front thigh. Twice more, inhale to reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse, and this time straighten the front leg, lifting up tall. And then squaring off towards that short edge. Bending into the front knee to find your high lunge once more. Shifting it forward, big step or a couple small steps to the front of the mat. Good. Then go ahead and take those feet mat width, hands to the hips as you inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, hinge forward to fold, letting the torso be heavy. Good. Inhale, find a nice flat back, long spine. And exhale, release and fold. Hands can release to the floor, the legs, whatever's available. And feel free to shift side to side, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe drawing yourself in a bit deeper on the legs or interlacing the fingers behind the neck for some gentle traction on the spine. Another breath here. And next, inhale, hands to the legs, flat back. As you exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and walk the feet back, finding your all fours. Inhale into cow, lift the tail and chest. Exhale, tuck the tail round into cat, and then press it back into child's pose. You can take the knees mat width, make some more space. Just find some ease here, maybe stacking the hands underneath the forehead or wrapping the arms around the sides. Another breath. Use the arms to walk the torso up, shift the hips off to the side, and swing the legs around in front of you. Give them a shake. Then take the hands behind you, bend the knees, plant the feet. Cross the left ankle on top of the right knee and find a hip stretch, that figure four shape here. So find whatever adjustments feel good for you. Maybe you come down onto the forearms. You can straighten out the right leg. Or to make it more intense, coming up onto the hand and really draw that right heel into the hip as you lift the chest and press it forward. So it's going to look a little bit different on everyone. And wherever you are, you can find stillness or maybe a little side to side movement. Another breath. Good. And we'll all extend that right leg. Grab hold of the left, just move it around a little bit, and then plant the foot to the inside or outside of a straight leg. Give yourself some space. Inhale, left arm up to the sky, and exhale it around to the ground behind you. Take a breath in to lift the chest, and exhale, deepen your twist any amount. Keeping the right foot active, pulling the toes towards the nose. Just gently working into it. Maybe the right hand releases the knee, and you take the elbow across the thigh for a little gentle leverage. Another breath here. And inhale it to center. Exhale all the way around to the right, finding a counter twist. You can bow it down or keep the spine long. Bring it up to center, extend the legs, give them a shake. We'll find the hip stretch to the other side. Good, so we'll bend the right knee, cross it right ankle on top of the left knee this time. So figure four shape here. And then find the appropriate shape for you. Maybe that's all the way extended. You can come down to the forearms, extend the left leg. To make it more intense, hug the left heel in towards the hip, walk the hands in, and really lift the chest and press it forward. You can even take a hand to the right knee and kind of gently press it away from you. The two sides might be very different. Just recognize that and find the shape that's appropriate for you. Maybe some side to side movements or just stillness with the breath. Another breath here. We'll all extend the left leg, grab hold of the right, just move it around a little bit before planting that foot to the inside or outside of the straight leg for a twist. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, cartwheel it around behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, deepen your twist any amount. Grounding into the sit bones, reaching up through the crown of the head, rotating around a nice long spine. My back shoulder rolling open. Left hand can stay to the knee or maybe elbow hooks across the thigh. Another breath. And inhale to center. And exhale, unwind it to the left, finding a counter twist. Bring it to center, both hands behind you, plant the feet wide. Just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Letting the hips be nice and heavy. And soles of the feet together, knees fall open. Just adjust a little bit, draw some circles with the torso, going one direction and the other. Bring it to center as you inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, hinge forward any amount. We'll keep the spine long to start with, shoulders nice and heavy. The elbows bend, you can take them out towards the knees. You can always add support underneath the knees if that's better for your body. Maybe a little side to side movement here. And inhale to roll it up. Shift the feet forward a couple inches. Take a breath in, draw the chest forward. This time as you exhale, let everything round down. Head's nice and heavy, let the shoulders fall in. Just letting everything go here. Inhale, roll yourself up. And from here, we'll move down to the floor. So you can find some effort lowering yourself bone by bone. When you get there, feel free to take a full body stretch before hugging the knees into the chest, grabbing the backs of the thighs or the fronts of the shins, maybe a little side to side movement, massaging the low back. You can find any last movements and adjustments you'd like before coming into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Maybe you need another twist, maybe a hip stretch, maybe bridge. Take a breath or two with that, and then find your way to a place of stillness. Limbs fall away from center. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, and let the eyes softly close. And focus back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And a few more moments here. Your practice, you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, gently start to deepen the breath. And some movement in the fingers and toes, hands and feet. Extend the arms overhead, find a full body stretch. Bend the knees, roll to your favorite side. Pausing for a moment before using the strength of the arms to press yourself up. Coming back to your comfortable seated position. Grounding down to the sit bones, stacking the spine up one bone at a time. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, down the back, reach up through the crown of the head. Together we'll take a breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Hands together in front of the heart. Soft bow to the chin. For some gratitude, making it to your mat today for all of your effort. Thank you for your presence and your practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day.